Gradually, step by step, one should become situated in trance by means of intelligence, sustained by full conviction, and thus the mind should be fixed on the self alone and should think of nothing else. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this is what the second stage is. Second verse also is describing. Now we'll see what this second verse Lord Krishna is trying to say. He's saying, Shane Shaner. Shane Shaner Uparamit. Shane Shaner Uparamit means Shane Shaner, step by step, gradually, step by step. So one should hold back, or one should be situated in something. What? Atma Samstham. We have to be in our, means we have to be in that trance level. We have to be in a transcendental level. So step by step, gradually we have to go to that trance level. So how to go into that trance level? Lord says, buddhya, dhriti grihitaya. So by using our buddhi, by using our intelligence, slowly, dhriti also. Dhriti means like determination, full conviction, that faith has to be there. For anything and everything, faith is very important. 100% faith has to be there. If you don't have the faith in anything, even day-to-day life, you see, if you don't have 100% faith, you will anyway be having sleepless nights. So Lord is saying, you can go step by step, gradually into trance by using your buddhi, your intelligence, and dhriti, your conviction, determination and conviction, full conviction. Grihitaya, you need to have complete conviction, 100% faith. That's the basic ingredient required in anything as such. And then Lord Krishna is saying, manah kritva. Manah kritva means, mana means mind. So kritva means to make it do. So what mind has to do? Mind has to be completely fixed without deviation. The mind has to be in focus. That's what Lord is saying. And na kinchidapi chintayet. You should not be thinking about anything. No chinta about anything else. Na kinchidapi chintayet. Don't think about anything. So step by step, gradually move into the trance. With what? Using your buddhi and your determination, conviction, faith has to be there. And then you have to go into transcendental level, manah kritva, using your, make sure that your mind is completely fixed, na kinchidapi chintet, and not thinking about anything else. So in previous shloka, the first action was mentioned. What was that first action? The first part of the process means, first Lord said, take away your mind. Take your mind away from the world, from these material things, material desires. First step, Lord said, make sure your mind is away, right? And then last action is, don't think only. Now in this shloka, in that shloka, previous shloka, Lord said, take your mind away from material things. In this shloka, Lord says, don't even think of anything. This is an extreme step. How can mind not think of anything? So this is the last action. Lord Krishna is saying, don't think of anything at all. Atma samstam manah kritva. Na kinchidapi chintat. Na, don't think about anything else at all. Na, anything material, not spiritual. It's not that don't think about God or don't focus upon anything. That you will do, but don't think about material stuff. So first part of the process was removing the mind from the world. So Lord Krishna is talking about the second part now. Second part is, mind should be made to reside on, focus on God only. He says this will not happen automatically. It's not that, okay, you will switch this on, switch that off, and it will happen. No, you need dhriti grihitaya. You have to use your buddhi, you have to use your dhriti, you have to be having a lot of determination. Then maybe success will come very, very slowly. So that this determination to do it is called dhriti. So that determination will come with conviction, faith. You have to have that faith of the intellect that, okay, I can do it. I need to have faith. Many people read, many people understand. When we are reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, we are reading all the scriptures. It's not that we don't understand. We do understand, right, about the nature of the self. And we are like, waste of time when we do these worldly things. We know that. When we are pursuing these worldly acts also, we know. But anyway, in day-to-day life, what are we doing? We are running after worldly things. We are indulging in all nonsense, all sin, all intoxication, and indulging in sex, illicit sex. We are doing all wrong stuff in day-to-day life. Why? Why is this happening? Because intellect. the buddhi that Lord Krishna is talking about here, it is not convinced. It is not convinced that whatever knowledge we are actually trying to take in, the buddhi is not getting convinced. The moment buddhi will be convinced, buddhi will not go there, because there is no shraddha, faith, which is the first ingredient in all the stages of bhakti yoga. Yeah, when we are on the spiritual path, spiritual sadhana, we are all sadhakas. Faith is the first thing. If we don't even have faith, then nothing. See, we need to understand that how important the 9 stages of bhakti are, and how important shraddha is in our spiritual journey, right? That all of us have undertaken over here. So the 9 stages of bhakti is given in Nectar of Devotion by Rupa Goswami, right? He has written about it. What does he say? It's there on the screen. You all can read that. Adau Shraddha Tatah Sadhu Sangodha Bhajan Kriya, right? Tato Anartha Nivrita Syat Nishtha and then Ruchi Tatha. Then that is what you have to have. And then Bhava and then Prema stage. So we need to have, as sadhakas, we need to have that stage. So Shraddha is the first thing that they are telling. Rupa Goswami said, Adau Shraddha. Faith has to be there, then association of devotees. It is very, very important we are in association of devotees and we are trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. Alone, if we sit, nothing will go into our head, we will sleep. And then bhajana kriya, devotional practices that we are doing. Slowly, all unwanted attachments will be gone if we keep doing all this, anartha nivriti. And then slowly steadiness will come in our bhakti, that is nishtha, and then taste will increase about, we will have more higher taste then slowly we'll get attached to that, and then love, and of course pure love. So this shraddha is the preliminary thing that or desire for God realization. If we don't have shraddha, God realization is not going to happen. So it is very important that we should be very eager to get into the association of devotees, have shraddha, be in sadhu sangha all the time, try to learn different methods of spiritual practice, how to get God realization. So then slowly, spiritual master will help us in the process of bhajana kriya. He will help us. He will tell us what to listen to, what to sing, what to chant, what to do. He will explain to us about the qualities of God. He will slowly take our mind and make sure that we are into that devotional practice. Then we will be able to get away from this unwanted material stuff that we are into, right? And then we will, because of spiritual master, will increase the taste for Krishna and the attachment towards Krishna. And then slowly we'll start loving Krishna. That's the last stage, Very, very great devotees of the Lord are into that stage. And then, of course, the intention of all of us is to go to Golok Dham and serve God over there, right? But when will that dhriti grihatya come to us? That determination, that discrimination will come only we are convinced 100% that, all this is impermanent. Whatever is over here, all this material stuff is all impermanent. And what is permanent is 100% our relationship with God. Only when we utilize this intellect or this buddhi, we will be able to stop indulging in all these material stuff. That's pratyahar, right? According to the Ashtanga Yoga. Control of the mind and senses, we are not allowing them, we are not allowing the mind to go towards the object of senses. So once we get that pratyahara in Ashtanga Yoga, that will not come immediately. It will take long time, it is gradual, like Lord Krishna is telling, Shanai Shanai Ruparamet, step by step and gradually we have to use. So now Lord Krishna is going to explain what all steps are involved, what all exercises are involved, how we can get success in this. Let's see that. Yato yato nischalati manashchanchalamastheram tatastato niyam yaitat atmanyeva vasham nayet. Yes, please, Pravina Manoj Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Relentlessly keep holding on to the mental quitate. From wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So after describing in 2 verses how to reach the stage of that yoga rudha, now Krishna is going to tell us what is the means to attain the success. How to attain success. So he is saying yata yato. Yato yato means wherever. Yato yato. Manha, the mind. Wherever the mind is going, Nishchalati, wherever it is becoming nishchal, means It is not a chal nishchal. It's becoming agitated wherever it is wandering. Yato, wherever mana is going away. Why do our mind wander? Two reasons. One is chanchalam. It is very chanchal. It is flickering, right? It is wandering all the time. And second, asthiram. Mana chanchala asthiram. Yato nishchalati mana chanchalam asthiram. So why mana? What is the problem of the mana? It is chanchal and it is asthira. Means it is flickering and it is unsteady. So the mind is always unsteady for all of us. Even while sitting over here, your mind may be wandering somewhere. It is flickering. It's unsteady. It's but natural. Tatas tato niyam yaitat. Tato means so what one should do at that time. From there, one should make a niyama. Tatas tato. So from there, what to do? Niyam. Make a niyama. Regulate. Regulation. Discipline. Etat. Niyam. Etat. Etat means this. This what? Mind. Make a regulation. Mind is the one that somehow you have to withdraw. So make a regulation, Lord says, tatas tato niyam. Make a niyam, etat, to this one, this mind. Make a niyam for this mind, okay? So that you can withdraw it and bring it back. So that the mind is under control. Whose control should it be? Mind has to come under some control, right? Whose vasha? So atman yeva vasham nayet. So atmani should come under control of the mind, has to be controlled under atmani, the self, the soul. So mind is below the soul actually, right? Senses, then mind, then intellect, then soul, like that. The stepwise we have learned in level 1. So soul is above. Soul can easily control the mind. So niyam yetat atman eva vasham nayet. So it has to be in vasha, in control of self. So that it has to be in atmani, control of atmani. So that's what Lord Krishna is trying to tell us, that make sure that mind is under our control and it should be under the control of self only. Wherever it is wandering, yato nishchalati, bring it back. Because mind's nature is chanchalam and asthiram. So again, it means to attain success, you mean to control the mind. Again and again, Lord Krishna is emphasizing on this point. So one thing is very clear, when it comes to mind is the storehouse of all the impressions that we may have lifetimes, not this time. Sometimes you sleep and you get some random dream, nothing to do with this world. It can be of any one of the lifetimes. You never know. But of course, when we get up, we don't remember most of it. So we have been in this cycle of birth and death from time immemorial. We don't even remember since when. And God knows how much of sense gratification we must have done. So basically, sense gratification means what? Sin, papa. So when we do sinful activities, we will get the reaction for those sinful activities. And if we are getting that sinful reactions, we will have sinful impressions in our mind. And when it comes to sinful impressions, one point is very, very important to note and understand, that these sinful impressions, you know what is it called? Samskaras. These samskaras will keep coming every now and then to disturb our senses. Because that samskara, it's not for this lifetime. It has been coming from God knows when. And somebody has to just touch that weakness of yours. Come on, what you are sitting and reading Bhagavad Gita with Mataji? She is old and boring. Let's go to that bar. And from samskaras from previous lifetimes, somewhere, somehow, you had an addiction before. It's not this time. This time you have not done anything. But some lifetime you have done, and that samskara is there in your mind. That weak point is there. Somebody prods you, pushes you, and you say, okay, switch off the laptop, switch off the phone, let's go. And you will walk out. That is that sinful impression. It becomes samskara. And it keeps disturbing the sadhaka. So what will it do? It will destroy the steadiness. When we are practicing sadhana, it will come and it will keep disturbing and it will destroy the sadhana. And we become so frustrated because this mind will be doing all this, right? So it's like a jukebox. I call it a jukebox. You know, for those who don't know what jukebox is, it's kind of a machine, you know, which automatically plays selected musical recordings. That the moment you put the coin, it starts playing the song. Or in case if you want to know in computing language, it's a device which stores very lot of data it keeps, and it can be read anytime, or any of the data can be read in that computer disk. You just press it and you will get it. Or if you put the coin, it will start playing the song. So mind is like that jukebox, you know. There's a lot of garbage is there. So much of garbage is there in us, right? So we just have to take our hand, put it in, and then remove. We don't even know what all garbage will come out. Mind is filled with garbage from so many lifetimes. We don't even know, immemorial. We can't even remember how many lifetimes. What all we have taken birth as. We don't even know whether we were animal or trees or God knows what we were. And now, as soon as we close our eyes, we start practicing bhakti. What thought will come? We don't know. It's just random thought, all random. So it's very important. Now, for example, you're studying, you're reading and trying to understand Bhagavad Gita, and imagine right now, mind can be in the kitchen, the mind can be in the mall, the mind can be with the friend, mind can be what my husband told, mind can be what my wife had told, mind can be my kids are waiting for, mind can go anywhere. That is why Lord Krishna has said, Mana chanchalam asthiram, because mind is flickering and it is unsteady. That is why a yogi, a self-realized yogi, he has to control the mind. Mind should not be controlling him. It's a very important thing. See, we have to understand that senses are at a lower platform. Above the senses is the mind. Above the mind is intelligence. Above intelligence is the soul. So it should not happen, you know, that mind is controlling the soul. It should be the soul should be able to control the mind, right? Not the other way around. Soul is on the higher platform. Atma is on the higher platform. So the person who is on the higher platform should be controlling the entity which is on the lower platform. Unfortunately, what is happening nowadays in Kali Yuga, we are not able to. Mind is overpowering the soul. So yogi has to make sure that he is controlling the mind and not that mind is controlling him. That is the success, you know. Otherwise, success cannot be achieved in a day. Nothing happens in a day. You have to have a very, very long duration and you have to work very hard. It's not an easy task. So much Lord Krishna has said that when you sit for the meditation, how you should sit, what should your posture be, what resolve, how to focus upon God, and wherever the mind is going away, you have to bring it back. So it will wander off towards the worldly things. You have to bring it back. This is what Lord Krishna is saying, that you have to use your buddhi, the power of discrimination, and we have to decide that this world is not our goal. We have to forcefully remove our mind from this worldly stuff, worldly objects, and that, of course, requires dhriti, effort. And power of discrimination, we will understand that it is only God who is ours. No one else is ours. No husband, no wife, no child, no neighbor, no friend, nothing. Only God is ours. Only and only God is ours. And if we bring our mind towards that focus and focus upon God, family is there. That's our responsibility. It's a soul. We are a soul. We have come for some connection. Karma has to take place. That is why we are together. That's it. Don't bring too much attachment to it. Then if mind comes away from God, then it will go back to this worldly thing. So that is why it's very, very important. Slowly, we have to do with practice. And third step is sadhakas, you know, sometimes when we are not able to focus, become very disappointed. I tried so hard. I was focusing on God, but it's not happening. Again, my mind is going back. So Lord Krishna is telling us, don't feel disappointed. Mind is asthiram. Mind is chanchalam. Don't worry. It will wander off. Don't worry. As it is wandering off, bring it back. Repeat steps 1 and 2. Number 1, take the mind away from the world, which is in the previous shloka, and bring it back to God. Second, take the mind away from the world, bring it to God. It will go away. Bring it to God. Go away, bring it to God. So we'll keep experiencing it. Then step 3 will take place by itself. We won't even know. We should not lose heart. We should not feel disheartened. We should not feel disappointed. Again, repeat step 1 and 2. When we are sitting like this, mind will go away, bring it back. Go away, bring it back. It takes effort. So keep doing repeatedly. Then Lord Krishna says, mind's attachment towards God will start increasing because it happens Practice makes a man perfect. That's what is going to happen. And simultaneously, the detachment will also start happening from the world. It will start increasing. We will get detached to the world. And as it happens, slowly, slowly, it will be easy. So the question is like how to overcome. If one can overcome, then they can do better sadhana, right? Or bhakti very peacefully. So what are the rewards if we are able to do? So what is the nature of the mind? Who can tell from this shloka? What is the mental thing? What is the nature of the mind? It is?
Flickering and unsteady.
Yeah, correct. And when mind wanders away in meditation, what should be done?
We should
It
always try
wanders
to
away.
bring it
Mind has gone away. What to do?
Bring it back with
Bring it back.
conviction.
Simple. Bring it back under the control of self. That's it. And fix it in Atma. Very good. Just checking whether you are listening or not. Okay. Ashtanga yoga practices mental, unagitated mind, no material desires has to be there, completely celibacy. When it comes to celibacy, Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna about Ashtanga yoga. By that time, he already had 2 wives. So he had Subhadra and he was having Draupadi. Complete celibacy, how will he do? Then it should be the mind, like a lamp in a windless place, not movement at all. So habits have to be very regulated. These are the mental difficulties one will face if we are doing Ashtanga Yoga. Okay, move on to 6.27. Prashanta manasam yenam yoginam sukham uttamam upaiti shanta rajasam brahma bhutam akalmasham. Yes, please. Pravina Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. The yogi whose mind is fixed on me verily attains the highest perfection of transcendental happiness. He is beyond the mode of passion. He realizes his qualitative identity with the Supreme, and thus he is freed from all reactions to past deeds. Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
So what are the rewards of Dhyana Yoga we will need? Because we said, right, what is mind? Mind is a storehouse of all the sinful impressions. How to get rid of that? So Lord is telling us. So he says, Prashanta Manasam Genam Yoginam. So a yogi, what does a yogi do? A yogi is Prashanta Manasam. Peacefully, what is he doing? Prashanta Manasam. The mind is fixing it on the Lord. So yogi, how he is practicing? Prashanta Manasam. With all the Prashanta, with all the Shanti, he is focusing on God, on the lotus feet of Lord. So Sukham Uttamam. Once he does that, he feels very happy. Uttamam. Sukham is Uttamam, the highest happiness, highest transcendental happiness he gets. Upaiti. Upaiti means he attains. What does he attain? 3 things he attains. Number 1, Shanta Rajasam. His passion. Rajas Guna. That Rajas Guna or the mode of passion that gets, pacified. He's not anymore, having that mode of passion. Oh, I want this, I want a house, I want a bungalow, I want a car, I want to become very rich, and I want to ride in Mercedes Benz and go to the bar and I have a lot of friends. No, he is not going to show off anymore. No more mode of passion. The mode of passion is getting pacified. Shant Rajasam. The Rajas Guna is getting Shanti. Then he moves beyond the modes of passion, right? So number 2, what is getting? Brahma Bhutam. He is attains liberation. He's away. He's free now. He's able to identify himself with the Supreme of the absolute truth. He's able to connect to God. So he feels very free. So first he is getting Shanta Rajasam. Number 2, he is getting Brahma Bhutam. So what is happening? The third one, Akalmasham. Kalmasham means all sinful, all dirt, all garbage. Akalmasham. He is away from sinful reactions. So number 1, his Rajasam, his passion, mode of passion is getting pacified. Chant. Number 2, he is feeling free because he is connected to God. Brahma Bhuta. And number 3, Akalmasham. No more pollution, no more contamination, no more sinful reaction. The moment, these are the rewards. Lord Krishna was telling, right, in the previous shloka, you'll get reward if you do it. So what is the reward? When the yogi does in prashanta manasam yenam, then he gets sukham uttamam. And once he gets sukham uttamam, what does he get? What does he attain? Upaiti. What does he attain? Shantarajasam, Brahmabhutam, Akalmasham. So yogi, he perfects the practice. Once he perfects the practice, it's not that, he is just doing it. No, he has to comprehend. You have to be on that stage. You have to withdraw your mind from sense objects, secure it on God, completely on the lotus feet of God. Then the passion will come down. It will get subdued. And ultimately, the mind will become very serene, very tranquil, very calm. Because see, earlier what he had to do, he had to put in effort. Mind was wandering away, bring it back. Wandering away, bring it back. Right? Because mind's nature is flickering and unstable. But now, it's become natural. Naturally, he is able to do. And that at elevated stage, he is completely connected to God. Completely connected to God now. So that consciousness of the devotee, whose mind is connected to God, united in the love with God, he is completely like a sponge, absorbed in it. Then what happens to such a devotee? Imagine. He sees him. He is able to hear him. He is able to speak of him. He is able to think of him. 24/7, he can't do anything else but think of him. He's like how suppose a boy falls in love with a girl. That boy is always thinking how to impress the girl. What should I buy today? He will call every half an hour. What are you doing? Now what do you want? Are you coming for lunch? What she likes, what she dislikes. He will make sure that he does each and everything, every breath of his is for that girl. That kind of level of love yogi has for God. So when mind gets absorbed in God in this manner, he starts, getting glimpse of that blissfulness, that sukham uttamam he starts getting. Because, sometimes many people, sadhakas, they often ask, how you know that you're progressing in the spiritual path? How do you come to understand? Answer is in this verse. When we feel that inner bliss, we don't need anyone. We are always happy inside. Outside situation, I won't talk about, because outside many things may happen in our household, in the offices and all that. But inside, that transcendental bliss is increasing. You are not wanting, you are not craving for anybody's company. You are not craving for any material things. And every time your mind is under control, no, I have to eat only this. No onion, garlic, 4 regulated principles. I don't want to go out. I don't want to mix with such people. I don't want to. Automatically, the detachment is happening. You are progressing. Otherwise, if the moment the craving is going back there, means you're still there. You still have to practice more. Otherwise, you know that you're spiritually getting elevated. This verse is telling us that. So Lord Krishna is telling us that when we are shantarajasam, free from all this mode of passion, and akalmasham, that free from these sinful reactions and all, and then we have become brahmabhutam, we become connected to God. At that stage, of course, what will you experience? Sukham uttamam. So this way, Krishna has made it very, very clear, how one can get rid of these reactions of sinful past misdeeds. We must have done so many, right, lifetimes, but we can get rid of it. And now, after speaking next few shlokas, Lord Krishna is going to talk about, he will explain this perfection, how perfection of yoga, how we can realize the super soul. Let's see that. Yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi vigata kalmashaha sukhena brahma samparsham atyantam sukham ashnute. Hare Krishna. Yes, Rajeshri Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thus, the self-control yogi constantly engaged in yoga practice becomes free from all material contamination and achieve the highest stage of perfect happiness in transcendental loving service to the Lord. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So what I've been discussing so far, we have been talking about various aspects, right? About how we can realize the self. Now, Lord Krishna is going to focus how to realize the super self, that is super soul. So let's see how this Lord Krishna is saying that yogi, he is completely self-controlled. He is in that trance, right? And what is he doing in that trance level? Yunjan is constantly engaged. Is engaged in what? Yoga practice. He is doing his yoga. He's sitting. Now you can see in the picture how the yogi is sitting. He's completely absorbed. Yunjan. And as soon as you look at the picture, you will be able to connect to what I am saying. He is the yogi, and his yogi sitting on the asana. And what is he doing? He is doing yoga practice, right? So what is evam sada atmanam? So you can see he is absorbed. In the picture, you can see he is absorbed in the self. So what is happening when he is absorbed in the self? Yogi vigata kalmasha. So the yogi who is in that touch with Supreme, what happens? Vigata. Vigata means freed. He's completely free. Free from what? Kalmasha. Contamination, pollution, dirt, sinful reactions. He is free. Vigata kalmasha. He's free from all the material contamination. It's but natural, right? If you are connected with God, how can, when we are pure, impurity cannot even dare to be around us. And then, Sukhena Brahma Samsparsham. So, Atyantam Sukham Ashnute. Same thing like previous shloka Lord Krishna is telling. So, this yogi who is Sukhena, he is in transcendental happiness. You can see how deeply he has gone into that. Why is he in transcendental happiness? Naturally, because you can see he can see super soul inside him. You can see in the picture. He is in constant touch with that super soul. Then what does he attain? Atyantam, highest. What highest? Sukham, happiness. So he attains highest happiness. Not like ours, right? Ours is momentary, temporary happiness that we get. His is perfect happiness. It's Atyantam highest. Ours is not imperfect happiness. We can say happiness comes and goes in us. Because happiness can be classified into 4 categories. It says, you have tamasic happiness, you have sattvic happiness, and then you have rajasic happiness. Tamasic is all you are getting pleasure out of cigarette smoking, drinking, drugs, sex, violence. All this is tamasic happiness. They enjoy that. They find pleasure in all that. Rajasic is like, sense gratification. You want car, you want house, you want whatever you have for need is okay. Above the need, whatever you want is all rajasic. We are never satisfied with whatever we get. So above that, sense gratification. I want more. That is rajasic happiness. Sattvic happiness is what? We experience through practicing virtues, good things, having compassion for others, doing a lot of service. Some people go to the hospitals to serve. Some people go to anathalaya. Some people go to old age home. And some people spend money to educate, like to promote girl education, all this completely like with bit of sattvic. So there is one called nirguna happiness. It is bliss of God. There is nothing above the gunas. Nirguna, above the gunas. It is infinite. There is no end to that blissfulness. So Lord Krishna is explaining that yogi, he becomes free from this material Vigata Kalmashaha, and he becomes connected to God. And then that is why he is able to attain that happiness. And he's called unlimited bliss, right? So even in 5th chapter, something was written like, Bahya Sparsheshva Yukta Saktanam Vindyat Atmani Yat Sukham Brahma, what was that? Brahma Yoga Yuktatma Sukham Akshay Ashnute Pahya Sparsheshva Saktanam Vindyat Atmani Yat Sukham. Then Sabrahma Yoga Yuktatma Sukham Akshay Ashnute. He gets Sukham, he gets lot of Sukham. Sukham means he gets so much of Sukham that in that joy stage, he's having boundless happiness. In 5th chapter, we had read about that. When he reaches that Brahma Bhuta, that stage, right? So he uses all that and he goes into that transcendental stage. So that's what Lord is going to continue about that super soul in those next verses as well. So let's see that. Sarvabhutastamatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani Ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshanaha. Yes. Okay. Triveni Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. A true yogi observes me in all beings and also sees every being in me. Indeed, the self-realized person sees me, the same Supreme Lord, everywhere. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Such a nice shloka, right? So in this particular shloka, Krishna is, describing from 28th shloka till, next 2-3 shlokas, I think. He will go on that, how you are practicing Ashtanga Yoga, how you will be able to raise your level, you will be able to connect to God, you will be realizing the super soul, because here Ashtanga Yoga is all about connecting to super soul. So how we saw in previous shlokas also, right? How he came in touch with the supreme soul, Brahma Samsparsham, and he gets away from all their kalmashas and he attains Sukham, Atyantikam, highest happiness. So Lord Krishna is telling Yoga Yukta Atma. He is already Yoga Yukta Atma. He is a true yogi. Why? He is dovetailed everything to Krishna consciousness. Completely he is into that super soul thing. What is his vision? What is he trying to see? Sarva Bhutastha Atmanam. He is seeing super soul in everyone. He is seeing Paramatma situated in everyone. Sarva Bhutatma, everyone. And then next is Sarva Bhutani Atmani. Sarva Bhutani Atmani. He sees all entities in the self. So he sees super soul in everyone, and then in everyone in super soul. He is able to see both. So he sees everything in supreme self also. So Ikshate. Ikshate means such a self-realized person. So such a self-realized person sees supreme. Where does he see supreme? Sarvatra. Everywhere he is able to see. Ikshate Sarvatra. And also Samadarshana. He is seeing the same Supreme Lord equally. Everywhere he is able to see. Wherever he is looking, he is seeing the Lord only everywhere. Right? Such a nice shloka. So he is able to see super soul in everyone in super soul. And wherever he is looking, Sarvatra Samadarshana, everywhere he is able to see. Like, when festival comes, like we had Diwali, right, recently. Shops, what do they sell? Many shops, especially in the north, they sell sugar candies. And they mold it in various forms. They make small birds, small animals, cars, aeroplanes, men, women, everything, bells. It's mainly in north. I don't know about this place, but mainly in the north, they make different shapes. And then children will fight with their parents and they say, oh, no, I want the car. I want the elephant. And parents will smile. Innocently, they're fighting and thinking, they're made from the same sugar ingredient. It's all same. Only the shape is different. They're all equally sweet. Right? So that's the analogy I can think. Like the sun also, it's in the same place, in one place. Still, it is able to spread light everywhere. Same way, the super soul, the Supreme Lord, by his various energies, he is pervading everywhere. He is sustaining everything. He is maintaining everything. So the perfected yogis who are in that yoga rudha stage, perfect stage, they are able to realize this because they are in connection with God. So that is why super soul, the Atmanam, it is situated in all beings. Sarva Bhutastha. Similarly, one who is following Krishna consciousness also sees Yoga Yuktatma and Samadarshana everywhere. Sarvatra, everywhere. So the basic ingredient is sugar only. It's a sugar candy, only thing. It is made into different shapes. Similarly, the basic ingredient for all of us, we are all having super soul within us. Super soul is within us, everyone, but we are made of different shapes. That's it. So the yogi understands that. That is why he is completely sarvatra samadarshana. That is why everywhere he sees, he says, oh, same ingredient, sugar candy everywhere. That's what. So Lord is going to talk about what are the benefits now. What benefits he gets. That, he's got this elevated vision now, right? So what benefits he'll get, Lord is going to talk about it. Let's see that. Okay. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam chamai pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sachame na pranashyami pranashyati. Yes, please. Pratima Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, for nor is he ever lost to me.
Yeah. So purpose of yoga is achieved. So what Lord Krishna is telling over here, that whoever realizes the super soul, who is connected to super soul completely, his vision changes. His vision completely becomes different, because he's seeing Sarvatra Samadarshana. He's seeing Supreme Lord everywhere, in everyone. Wherever he is looking, oh, Supreme Lord, Hare Krishna. So what is the benefit of having such a vision? Lord is talking. What does Lord say about this shloka? He's saying that he's repeating, basically he's repeating the shloka number 29. But just he changed the words. Everywhere he is kind of repeating, but changing the word. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra. That person who sees everywhere. Sarvam cha mai pashyati. And sees everything in me. Tasyaham na pranashyami. For him, aham na pranashyami. I'm never lost. Tas aham na pranashyami. I'm never lost to him. Yeah. Sachame na pranashyati. And he is never lost to me. I am never lost to him. He is never lost to me. The person who is able to see me everywhere and everyone in me, same thing he is repeating in different words. To lose God means what? Lose God here means mind wanders away to these material things. And to have God within us means we are united to God. Simple as that. Mind goes away, we are not with God. The mind stays focused on God, we are with God. So the easy way to unite the mind with God is what? To learn to see everything in its connection. Wherever say, oh, I'm looking at the sun, Lord's energy, moon, Lord's energy. We have seen, right, Vibhuti Yoga, chapter 10, will be coming to that. Lord will tell us that he is in everything. Everything, all are his. Raso hamapsu kaunteya, right? When we drink water, we should be able to remember him. Prabhasmi shashi suryayo. So, pranava sarva bhuteshu. When you are here, pranava mantra, Om is also, I am Om. I am the taste of water. I am the shashi and surya. I am the moon and I am the sun. I am everything. He is telling in chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga. So, we should learn to see everything in connection to him. Like, for example, let us say somebody hurts us. It's the nature of the mind. We get a little bit of hatred, or sometimes sad. Maybe we resent something. We may not like something towards anyone who is saying something wrong to you. You just don't want to look at his face anymore, or you just don't want to talk to him anymore, or you may want to avoid him, or you may still talk to him, but in your mind you are not happy. You are resenting that. Sometimes, out of compulsion, because they are your relative or your boss or somebody, you can't but talk. So you will talk, you will just give a fake smile and come back to your seat, or even at home, talking to your relative or somebody, you give a fake smile and come back, but inside you are having resentment. It's the nature of the mind. But if we permit that to happen, it is natural that the mind will move away from devotion, because mind will be occupied with this tape recorder, broken tape recorder. Why did she has to say that? Why did my boss, prefer that one and not I did the whole presentation, but the credit is going to that somebody else. So the mind has already wandered. It will not be on the devotion towards devotion. So instead, if we see that Supreme Lord is seated in everyone, let's try that at least. I won't say we become perfect in a day, but we can all try, right? So let's see if we can see Supreme Lord seated in that person. We'll think, God is testing me today through this person. Today, through this person, God is trying to see whether I'll get angry or not. Through this person, God is trying to see how I am going to react. So every day will be a test for us. So then, somebody is shouting at you. Through him, now God is trying to increase my level of tolerance. And that is why maybe he's inspiring that person to behave badly with me. Good. Now I'm going to show that how much I can tolerate. So, you never know. So here, dilemma comes, but there will be so many situations. You will be so tempted to open your mouth and shout back. But then you have to say, I will not permit myself or permit this incident to disturb me. Mind, many times, situations, and you can imagine how much agitation happens inside. So we must learn to practice, and slowly, slowly, I am telling you, we will be able to do it. So thinking in this way, we will be able to prevent the mind from going elsewhere, or it may to become a victim of negative stuff, and then we will slowly be able to focus more on God. So let's say I'm excellent in studies, I'm getting all A's, I'm getting scholarship, but I play basketball for 2 hours every day. Will my parents stop me? Right? Similarly, the mind separates the God when it gets attached to a friend or a relative. Now, if we train the mind to see God in that person only, I'm talking to my friend, but I can see the super soul there. Let me train my mind like that. Then each time the mind wanders away towards him or her, I will think of only Krishna. Oh, Krishna is seated in this person. Mind wandered away. Krishna is there in this. I'm feeling this as attraction to the super soul in him. Sometimes mind may be very sad. Maybe somebody said something in the past and that incident is coming back. Again, this separates our mind from God. So what we can see, how we can use this incident in connection with God, we can think, maybe God deliberately arranged, for me to experience that pain, that suffering in this world, so that I may develop some kind of detachment. Had I not had that suffering, maybe I would have been too much attached to that thing or that person or whatever it might be. So he's so concerned, right? Super Soul Lord, he is Paramatma, he is God. He's so much concerned about me that he's creating such a situation that I can develop a detachment and attachment towards God. And he's so merciful. He's arranging these kind of situations, these kind of circumstances for me, so that I can progress spiritually. We can do many things. We can play with our mind like anything, because mind is below the intellect and intellect is below the soul. So the intellect can always boss around with the mind and say, no, God has arranged this. So, even the Narad Muni had stated that when you suffer reversal in the world, don't feel, when you face anything negative in this world, don't lament, don't be sad, don't be brooding, or don't brood over it. Start seeing everything. You can always start saying, this is the grace of God. What can it be? And you start analyzing, you'll say, okay, this incident has come into my life because I must change this. Okay, I get a lot of anger. Okay, because of this has come, so that I can bring down my anger. Maybe I can bring down my grief. I can bring down my attachment. I can bring down whatever. So slowly, slowly, you can see the grace of God. Because God is all merciful, we know that. So simple trick is to see God in everything and in everyone. That is the practice stage only. Slowly, 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 we have to reach that perfection level where we are never lost to God and He is never lost to us. Yomam pashyati sarvatra, sarvam chamai pashyati. That stage we need to get. So then you are not lost to me and I am not lost to you, says Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna is going to tell how these self-realized yogis, they're on the top level. They're actually dovetailing, or they're worshipping the Lord by their meditation. So let's see that. सर्वभूतस्थितं यो मां भजत्यैकत्वमास्थितः सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि स योगिमयि वर्तते. Yes, who wants to read? Pravina Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Such a yogi who engages in the worshipful service of the super soul, knowing that I and the super soul, or one, remains always in me in all circumstances. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Beautiful, right? You can see in the picture. The soul and the super soul side by side. While he's sleeping, he's still contemplating on that. So Krishna is speaking about the realization of super soul, right? So he's going to speak about the point that anybody, anyone who realizes the super soul, it's like, we are offering our service to super soul. That's what is given in this shloka. Lord Krishna is telling us that yogi, he is Sayogi. Sayogi means that yogi or such a yogi. And so what is he doing? Sarva bhuta sthitam yomam. Sarva bhuta sthito yomam bhajatye katva stitaha. Such a yogi who is bhajati mam. Bhajati means who is doing the devotional service, who is completely worshipping me all the time. Ekatvam, in oneness. Sarva bhuta sthitam yoman bhajatye ekatvam and astitha. So who is situated, who is ekatvam, in oneness he is doing. He is thinking that I am one with super soul and understanding what? Sarva bhuta sthitam. Sarva bhuta sthitam means what? That personality, that super soul is present in everything, everyone. Sarva bhuta asthitam means he is situated in everybody's heart. That's how he is doing. Ekatvam, he feels I am one with God, and in everybody's heart there is a super soul. He is situated there. And so that super soul is not different than me. He is same. We are same one. Such a person, sarvatha vartamanopi sayogi mai vartate. So that yogi, sahayogi means that yogi, that transcendentalist, sarvatha, all the time, in all respects, in spite of whatever the situation might be, vartamanopi is situated in what? Mai vartate. He remains in me. He is always with me, whatever might be the external situation. So in this shloka, what Lord is trying to make it clear, that super soul and Lord Krishna, they are non-different. Second point, what Lord is trying to make it clear is, whoever worships me, in whatever situation they may be, he will remain with me. If they are worshipping me continuously, whatever the external situation might be, because God is everywhere. He's sarvatra. And he's seated where? In everybody's heart. We know about that as super soul. Lord Krishna has told so many times, Ishwara sarva bhutanam deshe arjuna tishtati. He told, I dwell in the hearts of all the living beings, right? So within the body of everybody, their soul and super soul. We beings who are in material consciousness, we will see, okay, this is a body. And then we will start making, which religion? Hindu, oh, Muslim. What is your caste? What is your nationality? Okay. And then we'll start looking at the color and the age and the social status, rich, poor, because we are on that bodily concept only. We are in this material consciousness. We think that, this is all body only. But those yogis who are in superior consciousness, they will not see. They will not see he's a Britisher, he's an Indian, he's Hindu, he's Muslim, he is this, he is that. No. He sees super soul in everything. So that is why Lord Krishna has stated in 5th chapter also, he said, whoever the learned person who has got this divine vision and the knowledge, he will be seeing Samadarshana. He will be seeing everybody with that equal vision, whether it's a Brahmin, it's a cow, it's a Gavi, Hastini, elephant, right? Whether it's a dog eater, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. So these elevated yogis, they are in that higher consciousness. So that is why they are able to see the super soul in everyone. And they perceive this whole world. They can see this. It's not that they are not living. Even while living in this world, they are unconcerned about it. Because they are like, those swans, the swans that Hansa, right? Hansa, they drink the milk and they leave out the water, it is said, right? From the mixture, if you mix the milk and water and give it to them, they have the capability of separating the milk from the water. Similarly, the elevated yogis also, they are called Paramhansas. Paramhansas, not only Hansas, Paramhansa. Why? Why they are Param? Because they can see only God. They have no perception of this world. They can easily remove that milk and water. They can remove this material thing and the God thing separately. They know. How Shukadev Goswami was there, right? Shukadev Goswami, Vedvyas Muni's son. As soon as it was written in Srimad Bhagavatam also, that when Shukadev Goswami, he entered into sannyas, as soon as he was walking away as soon as he was born. He was in his mother's womb for 16 long years. He didn't want to come out, first of all. And once he came out, he said, no, I am not going to be anywhere near Maya. I am walking out. And he took sannyas and walking away. In his childhood itself, he was at such an elevated stage at that moment. He had no perception of the world. He was not bothered. He did not even notice that there were some nude, beautiful women. They were bathing in the lake. He walked past. He did not have that concept only of what is happening of this material world, because he perceived everyone as God. Whatever he was hearing was God, whatever he was seeing was God, all he could think was God. So in this verse, Lord Krishna is talking about those perfected yogis who are in that third, fourth stage above the levels of realization. So Lord is going to extend this topic only, and he will try to make us understand how this proper yogis, these yogis worship, and how their situation, actual situation of the soul in this material world is. We will be able to understand, because these yogis, they are able to relate to each and everything, and they will see, because they can see super soul everything, everywhere, and everything in everyone. So they are on that other level. And that's what Lord Krishna is going to extend the theme and try to make us understand from next shloka onwards also. So I will stop it here for today. Vancha kalpata rupishta kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ki jai. Hare Krishna.